Here we are. We're going to talk about earnings season calendar starting April 9th. We're going to start calendar 2012. We're going to start these earnings here on Monday, April 9th. And it'll be Alcoa will be April 10th. They always started off. I thought they were going to change the schedules, but they didn't. It it will be like always, MMTs. And the things that I would like to show you here is the following. Earnings preview, April 16th. We're not far away. Today's 325, but once again, the markets are in elevated overbought areas. We're going to come out with all of these earnings that are going to be upon us. This is going to be during that week. You'll have Yahoo, you'll have ISRG, IBM, Intel, you're going to have Cree. You're just going to have a slew of them during this period of time. Relative to where the markets are currently overbought, we would say that before we start this calendar week of earnings season, that we would have a pullback in the markets and the money on the sideline is going to try to find a home. Here's Qualcomm. So we're going to be loaded with all of the earnings cycle right here. And it's upon us now, and we have a couple of weeks to plan for it. And we'll be doing the previews. What we will be doing is taking where the actual indexes are, which we've already done, and we already know what this is about. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. What I am going to tell you is how we're going to prepare in advance for the quality of those earnings. And if stocks are totally overbought at 96, 97% going into 3 weeks from today, going into these earnings, then that means that, in my view, if you're that overbought going into good reports, the upside would be limited. So it would only tell me, like when I'm looking at this daily S&P, is that every bull rally, and we've covered this one extremely, and what we're saying is that you're going to have to pull back and set up for those earnings to keep continuing to go higher. So as we move forward over the next 3 weeks, we're going to be doing a complete schedule on the earnings cycle. And it's very important that people understand that each company that reports is going to have a call and a put strategy that we cover to it. Goldman Sachs is coming to town. They're going to have to show up this quarter. Stock has ran tremendously, but nonetheless, it's how you plan for these earnings and where they're going to go when they're going to report. One of the other ones that we like is that FCX that they've been buying on the dips because of the slowdown in China. Halliburton's in here. Look, preparing for the big bellwethers like the Apples and the Googles and the Amazons is those earnings have to be of great quality at current price levels. If the markets do not have their correction going into the earnings report, that means that the bull run will have some jeopardy to it because the upside prices, the upside to those earnings are going to be limited. Where if you pull back and buy dips with the good quality, you got more room to run. So the market, it's going to be, how do you get involved in these after-hour earnings reports, and how are you going to maneuver through them, and why are we an expert in after-hours earnings and after-hours trading, and why do we have a great service in that market is because we understand all the gimmicks that go on and involved, how to buy the quality on the dips. You got wind coming up again. So we're right back into it, and I'm just going to prepare that as we get through this week, the following week will be very busy 2 weeks prior, and or we're going to be looking at the majority of these companies right now and see how overbought they are and why they would have to have pullbacks, as we always say, in bull rallies.